And I'll tell you, I had my own experience. And so I remember I was like 20, 21 years old, and I worked downtown San Diego. And at the time, it was dangerous down there. It was very dangerous. And my company had sent me on an errand kind of in the afternoon. And so as I was walking down to my car, and I had to walk a couple blocks, I crossed the street and I had noticed this guy sitting on the bench. And as I got up to walk to my car, I noticed he got up and he started to follow me. And I walked by a building that had a mirror, and I look and I could see he's following me. So I pick up my step. I get to my car, I
Mm-hmm.
get in the car, I'm fine. I got the car started, locked my door, and just as I look to see the other door, it's unlocked and he opens the door. And everything
Oh,
slowed
Lisa.
down. Everything
Mm.
slowed down. And I remember thinking, oh my God, if this guy gets in the car, he's going to kill me. And he didn't say anything to me. And he kind of looked at me, and I could see that he had like this big welt on his head, and he didn't say anything to me. And I remembered at the moment that I had like a screwdriver between my seats. And I pulled it up, and I remember thinking this to this day. I can take myself back to that spot and I can feel everything about it. And that was, I knew that if he got into my car, I was going to have to stab him. And I'm dealing with, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this because the
Yeah.
position that I was in, I couldn't have gotten out of my car fast enough. It's not one of those situations where I could have just gotten out of my car. I had to deal with this. And actually what I did is probably stupid, but it worked. I I I pulled it up and I said, "You get in my car, I'm going to stab you." And then there was nobody around too. And for some reason he looked up over the hood of my car. I remember grabbing the door, slamming it shut, locking it, pulling out of there. I have no idea how I did not slam into all kinds of cars. I was completely calm until I was about 5 blocks away. And then I started
Mm.
shaking so bad I couldn't drive. But that moment of having to live with, I might have to kill this guy. It's him or me. That is
Yeah.
frightening. And I thank the good Lord every day that he didn't get in my car.
Wow, your survival instincts just really
Yeah.
kicked in, didn't
Yeah,
they?
it was weird
Right?
because everything slowed down and everything became crystal clear for me. And so it wasn't a great experience, but at the same time, it was an experience that I learned that, oh, I can't take care of myself. Like I have that ability. If I get myself into a really bad situation, I can get myself out, hopefully.
Yeah, and what a gift, right? Like you certainly wouldn't want that experience and you wouldn't wish that upon yourself, but this gift to be able to know, like, yeah, in a thing like this, because we sometimes trying to imagine what would I do, what would I
Yeah.
do, but until you experience it, and like that's incredible that you were able to do what you needed to do to survive and get out of that situation.
And
That's a really great story.
yeah, and it sticks with me. I mean, when I tell that story, I can remember
I bet.
every single detail. And it was interesting. Is I got back to the office. I went and did the errand. I followed through, and I came back and I parked in the same spot and I looked around. He wasn't around. And when I got up there and I told him they thought it was hysterical. They thought it was hysterical. And I looked at him and said, "Don't you ever send me on another errand again." And my point to that is, when we're abused as children, sometimes our abuse goes through our even into our adult life. And I had a lot of experiences with abuse at work, and that was one of them.
Yeah, I think that's a common experience.
Hmm.
I don't know what that's about, but yeah, I agree.